Aloha, blessed day, everybody. It's Luis here with the Golden Phoenix here at the Oregon Vortex, and wishing everybody a beautiful day out there. Something I wanted to share with you today is one of the probably one of the biggest and most valuable lessons that I've learned on my path, my journey, and that is a lesson of knowing our value and really owning the value of who we are, the value of our strengths. Um, it's probably one of the most profound things that helped me to shift how I focused my time and my energy in my life. When I realized, whoa, I have some really big, beautiful things to bring into this world. And I need to give myself the time and space to let those things come through. And I started to shift, how I was spending my time, where I was spending my time, what I was doing while I was being social and different things like that. And I just want to reflect that to you, that you've got some really juicy gifts that you have to share as well, some beautiful creations. And the more you value your time and energy, the more you're going to pull yourself out of situations that aren't reflecting that value that you inherently know to be true within yourself. And so not only is that going to support you to spend your time doing things that nourish you and nourish your spirit and inspire you and get you to do the things you're really here to do, like live your mission, live your path, live your purpose. But it's also going to create space for other people too. Because once you know your value, you start to value your strengths. You're like, oh, okay, for me, I know that I'm a healthy communicator, a healthy teacher. And the only reason I know that is because I created space for me to teach others and share others and learn from others. That's the thing. Teaching and learning are the same thing. It's just two sides of a coin. Anyways, and so when I created the space for me to do that, I was able to get the reflections from others. Okay, you're benefiting people. You're helping me. I've been learning a lot from you. Like keep this going. Like, can you share more? Can you make videos, or can you do these different programs? And that got me to step up and do it and really recognize, like, oh man, like, okay, I'm a creative person as well. But if I didn't make the space in my life to do what I needed to do for myself because I innately carry value, it's like you all do, innately, just by being, have immense value to offer to this planet. Your gifts, your creativity, your words, your actions, your compassion, your love, your positive thoughts. I mean, the list goes on forever and ever. The truth is, like, we are invaluable. But when I started to place value on my time and energy, I got to make space for the creations to come through. Like I said, I do shamanic drum ceremonies, and I'm also a Reiki master teacher. So I started doing those on a more regular basis. I'm also a drum maker, so I got to spend more time making these beautiful drums. I got to spend more time painting, making music. And that also created space for other people, not only to step up and value their time, because they saw me setting that example by valuing my time. They're like, wow, this guy, he's not lingering around. He's like here, he's doing his thing. He knows that he's got something special to share, and he's not going to waste his time or energy on people who aren't there to receive it. He's going to go where he's well received. And it's not about creating division, but it's about flowing with the energy that wants to move, flowing with the river. You don't need to stop the river from flowing where you're trying to go. But we can do that if we don't own our value. Same thing with making offerings. It took me a little while when I first got started really making offerings on a regular basis, offering sessions on a regular basis, and doing classes and things like that. But what it did, when I did create from a place of owning my value, when I would set up events and things, was it helped me to receive the energy back from the universe, back from my community, even back from myself or my future self, uh, that inspired me to keep doing what I'm here to do. Um, for example, like when I first started doing drum journeys, I just always offered them for donation because it's a ceremony. I never believed that, ceremony and money, go hand in hand. And then I had an experience where a teacher shared with me, you're still spending your time and energy to gather people to put things together. You don't have to charge, but you can receive. You can still receive a donation. And I said, oh, okay, I put a donation, and then that started to move some energy. And then I had friends of mine who would come to my ceremonies and be like, they would make the announcement, like, hey, this guy spends his time and energy gathering us and helping us connect with spirit in these ways, and he's got a donation bowl, and so that was really beautiful because I got to feel that support. And that's just a small example, right? You may be like working on a course or something like that, or you might be setting up workshops or something. And when you really own your value, you're gonna place what I would call it a doorway, that in order for people to walk through this door, they have to recognize not only that what you have to share is valuable to them, because you're placing something there. You're saying, hey, this isn't just energy that's just flowing out. It's not just to be taken for granted. There's something of value here. So it gets people to pause and take a moment to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to step through this doorway and I'm going to really show up with all of who I am, because the person on the other side of this door has stepped up and, with all of who they are as well. So, and then that's also going to reflect to them, oh, wow, maybe I should also like create this just a doorway, just something here that says, hey, like I've got something good to share, but I don't need to like let it necessarily like leak out to people who aren't going to value it, right? So focalizing your energy to where the value and the reciprocity is met and is activated. And it reminds me of a beautiful word, the Q'ero teach, the Q'ero from down in Peru in the Andes Mountains. They say Aini, so reciprocity. And that's that balance of energy, of giving and receiving. And sometimes it's inherent, and sometimes in what we do, but when it comes to you creating from a place of your purpose, your soul's gifts and your missions, it's even more important that you make sure that Aini is there, because that's going to serve you to receive the energy that you need to live your life. So in some places, depending on what culture you're in, where you're at, some people live on trade culture. So when you create that space of owning your value, recognize, okay, well, I'm going to need these supplies to live my life, right? I'm going to need this kind of energy in this form. Maybe it's food from the garden, it's clean water, etc. For other people, they may live in a money society, a money economy. So that energy, that resource would look like money for exchanging for the time and the energy that you offer. But when you really get to another level is when you shift out of the time money exchange. And that's one of the biggest pieces that I think we're collectively leaving, is exchanging our time for money. And that's based on the old economy, that's based on the old system that has people working, 9-to-5 jobs and things like that. That says, okay, well, these 8 hours are worth this, but it's actually the value that you give to someone's life by what you offer is where the exchange lies. And some people might still do like if you're doing sessions or something like that, you might do, okay, 2-hour session is this, but even noticing in that, recognizing the value that you're bringing to the person on a bigger level, it's like invaluable. So I like, at some point we're probably wondering, oh, how do I place a number on that? And that's, for you to listen into within your own intuition and the space that you're working. And so I know I talked about quite a few things and quite a few aspects of value and owning your own value. But I just wanted to reflect that to you. And I think a call to action that I want to offer you to is to just take a moment to see where in your life you are not owning your value. Where have you been just kind of letting your energy be taken up, or where have you been wasting your time because you didn't recognize that you had some things to do, some things to offer? Because it's going to turn you into deeper respect for yourself, and then you're going to reflect that out into the world, into your communities. And so people are going to respect you. They're going to want to call on you because they know this person shows up with their strengths, right? And so I want to, just inspire you to show up with your strengths. Check in. Where am I holding my value? Where am I placing my value? And how is that benefiting me or not benefiting me? So thank you so much. This video resonates with you. If you could like it or share it, maybe subscribe to my channel here. And thank you so much. May we all value ourselves. May we all value our creativity, our works, our love, every aspect of our being, our thoughts, dreams, wishes, all of it. Thank you. Blessings on your day. Let love guide your way.